What's up, everybody? Jose once again from PetRockMedia.com, back with a quick short video. And in today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about the X-H2S when it comes to photography and my overall experiences so far having the camera for a couple of weeks. Let's talk about it. Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. Once again, on this channel, we go over tips and tricks over cinematography, photography, gaming, teching out, geeking out, you name it, unboxings. We try to do it on this channel. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, punch that bell icon so you're notified of all the content we post to the channel, which does include the occasional live session. Alright, so as many of you are well aware of, we have been reviewing and kind of putting through its paces the brand new Fujifilm X-H2S. Today's video is going to be really short because all I'm going to be doing is kind of talking about my overall experiences so far with this camera as a photography tool. The past few videos have been on the videography side, but today I'm going to touch a little bit on the photo side and my overall experiences. So when I picked up this camera for the studio, I primarily picked it up for its video specs. However, if you take a closer look, the photography side of things on this camera are pretty beastly. You're looking at about 15 frames per second with the mechanical shutter speed and up to 40 frames per second with the electronical shutter. That is more than 24 frames per second video, obviously. So when you burst this bad boy at that 40 frames, you can literally film a sequence taking that many shots. Now, unless you're going to be photographing wildlife, sports, very, very fast moving objects, then this camera obviously is a little bit overkill for your general, family outings, your hobbyist, if you will. However, for some professional work, without doing spray and pray kind of thing, and you're just trying to capture some images, you're not really looking at the big frames per second. It is nice to have, but the sensor and the readout on this camera on the video side definitely translates, in my opinion, to the photo side. You're looking at about 15 frames per second with the mechanical shutter speed and up to 40 frames per second with the electronical shutter. That is more than 24 frames per second video, obviously. So when you burst this bad boy at that 40 frames, you can literally film a sequence taking that many shots. Now, unless you're going to be photographing wildlife, sports, very, very fast moving objects, then this camera obviously is a little bit overkill for your general, family outings, your hobbyist, if you will. However, for some professional work, without doing spray and pray kind of thing, and you're just trying to capture some images, you're not really looking at the big frames per second. It is nice to have, but the sensor and the readout on this camera on the video side definitely translates, in my opinion, to the photo side. Now, what I've been doing also is testing and putting through its paces the 23mm f1.4 lens. We recently, let me try and find it here. Now, what I've been doing with the camera is kind of putting through its paces also one of the newer lenses that we got in the studio, and that's the 23mm f1.4 lens. We had in the past shot a lot of photography with and had kind of dubbed it as our favorite street photography lens, and that's the 23mm f2 lens, the weather sealed lens. Don't get me wrong, this lens is still amazing, and for the form factor, I'm probably going to keep it around because you might be asking, why would you keep two of the same type of lenses? However, when it comes to form factor, this is the smaller 23mm f2, and this is the 23mm f1.4. So you could see, definitely the 1.4 is a little chunkier. However, it's got that 1.4 aperture for low light situations, so I'm still going through and putting it through its paces, both of them, to kind of give you my overall review and results of the f1.4 versus the f2 and where you should put your hard-earned money. Chances are it's going to lean towards the f2, but the f1.4 was on a steal of a bargain that I was able to pick it up almost half off of what it normally retails for. So I couldn't pass that up. And chances are I'm going to end up keeping this lens for the form factor. This lens is great for video as well. But again, stay tuned to the channel for the review on that. What I had been using and what I had really, really liked for that whole f2 lineup was the 50mm f2. Love this lens. This was a great portrait lens. However, I recently purchased this behemoth of a lens, the amazingly, beautifully designed and very hefty, very heavy Fuji f1 50mm. This lens is gorgeous. This lens, I'm going to be posting some samples over on my Instagram as well, so be sure you follow me over on Instagram at PetRockMedia. And I mean, just what I'm getting out of this lens is incredibly sharp, even at that f1. So again, for photography, the X-H2S is not disappointing. Obviously, right? It's a flagship camera. It's not going to lack on the photography side. And a lot of people are purchasing this camera for the video side, but I just wanted to make this quick video and let you guys know that for photographers, this is no slouch also. And this has me contemplating selling my X-T4 and having and rocking two X-H2Ss. Now, they're almost impossible to find right now. I was lucky enough to pre-order mine pretty much the next day after they were announced, and I got it on launch day. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wait, obviously, but what I'm getting right now from this camera on the photography side has me definitely contemplating selling my X-T4 and rocking dual X-H2Ss. Or, as more specs come out, maybe having the X-H2S and the X-H2. Seeing how that goes. There were some rumors that they're not going to offer a battery grip, so does that mean that it's going to have one built in, kind of like the 1DXs that Canon offers, or the higher bodies from Nikon? Who knows? Again, stay locked and loaded to the channel. As rumors come out, as specs come out, we're definitely going to break those on this channel. So again, make sure you're locked and loaded to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, punch the bell icon. Thank each and every one of you for stopping on by. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. I cannot say thank you enough to every single one of you out there. Again, if you like this video, be that cool person to give me a thumbs up or 2 thumbs down. I will catch every one of you beautiful people in the next video. Peace.